Hello everyone, and welcome back to TV Days Drama Digest, where we dive into the most mind-boggling mysteries and spine-tingling twists from days of our lives. Today, we're unraveling the latest conundrum surrounding Abigail and the suspicion that she may not be who she claims to be. The big question that's driving everyone wild is whether Megan and Dr. Rolf are behind the reappearance of a fake Abigail. Let's peel back the layers of this chilling tale and see how deep this deception truly goes. First, let's talk about Clyde Weston, who initially seemed like the obvious suspect when it came to Abigail's bizarre return. Clyde's criminal history and involvement in shady dealings made it easy to jump to conclusions that he might have been pulling the strings. However, when we dig into the timeline, it's clear that the idea doesn't hold water. Abigail claimed that she was under Clyde's care, but this assertion quickly falls apart upon closer inspection. During the time she was supposedly with him, Clyde was either still roaming around Salem or locked away in Statesville. The logistics of Clyde orchestrating such a sophisticated scheme from prison just don't add up. This realization pushes us to explore other possibilities, leading us straight to Dr. Wilhelm Rolf and Megan Hathaway. These two are experts in manipulating the boundaries of life and death and have a history of meddling in the lives of Salem's residents. Dr. Rolf's twisted genius and Megan's knack for staying under the radar make them prime suspects in a plot that's as bizarre as it is sinister. Megan's involvement becomes even more compelling when we recall her penchant for resurrection. Remember the time she secretly exhumed Bo Brady's body and brought him back to life? The similarities between Bo's resurrection and Abigail's return are striking. In both cases, someone was brought back from the dead, only to resurface with a cloud of mystery hanging over their head. Let's dive deeper into Megan's history. Megan Hathaway, with her deadly combination of charm and malevolence, has always been a master puppeteer in Salem's endless drama. Her obsession with controlling outcomes and bending people to her will aligns perfectly with the bizarre circumstances surrounding Abigail's return. If there's one person capable of masterminding a resurrection plot while remaining in the shadows, it's Megan. Plus, it's worth noting that Megan's secret identity was largely hidden during the period in question, suggesting that she could have easily been pulling the strings from behind the scenes. But Megan rarely acts alone. Dr. Rolf, her longtime collaborator, is the go-to scientist for any diabolical plan that involves playing with life and death. It wouldn't be the first time he's used his technological expertise to create hyper-realistic masks and other means of deception. Remember when Kristen DeMera first came back to Salem, fooling everyone into believing she was Nicole Walker? That scheme relied entirely on one of Dr. Rolf's incredibly lifelike masks. Kristen was able to deceive even those closest to her until John Black finally exposed the truth by tearing off the mask during a dramatic confrontation at a party. Now, consider this: could the fake Abigail be wearing a similar mask, created by none other than Dr. Rolf? The idea isn't far-fetched. The notion of someone parading around Salem, pretending to be Abigail while hiding behind a near-perfect disguise, is classic Rolf. The eerie feeling that something isn't quite right about Abigail's behavior since her return only adds fuel to this theory. There's an unsettling detachment in her eyes, a coldness in her demeanor that doesn't match the Abigail we once knew. Could this be a sign that she's not Abigail at all, but rather an imposter carrying out Megan and Rolf's orders? But the plot thickens when we factor in the strange timing of John Black's kidnapping in Greece. It's no secret that Megan and Dr. Rolf have tangled with John before, and it's unlikely that his abduction is a mere coincidence. The pieces start falling into place when we consider that Megan and Rolf might be orchestrating a much larger plot, with the fake Abigail playing just one part in their grand design. Could they be setting the stage for a broader scheme aimed at striking at the very heart of Salem? The idea of a carefully laid trap that spans multiple locations and targets is vintage Megan, a mastermind who never shows her hand until it's too late. And let's not forget the symbolic parallels between Megan's past schemes and the current situation. Megan has a history of exhuming bodies, resurrecting the dead, and using people as pawns in her twisted games. Whether it's Bo Brady, who was revived and manipulated, or John Black, who was repeatedly targeted, Megan has made it clear that no one is truly safe from her machinations. With Rolf's scientific genius backing her up, they have the tools to create chaos on an unimaginable scale. Abigail's return, cloaked in mystery and steeped in deception, fits right into their pattern of using high-tech tricks and psychological warfare to destabilize their enemies. As we ponder the clues, one theory seems more plausible than the rest. Megan and Dr. Rolf are indeed the masterminds behind the fake Abigail. Whether she's a clone, a doppelganger, or someone wearing a sophisticated mask, it's clear that this Abigail is not the real deal. Instead, she's a puppet carrying out her creator's dark agenda. The question now is, what is Megan's ultimate goal? Is she trying to tear apart the Devereaux family, or is Abigail just a pawn in a larger game that targets multiple families in Salem? So, what do you all think? Are Megan and Rolf behind this plot, or is there yet another twist waiting to surprise us all? We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.